Cody.
Hey Ben,
Oh, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, Lou? How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm just happy the sun's finally out.
Yes, indeed.
Have you been out in it, you guys?
I just took Cody out for a nice little walk around the block, and we hung out for a bit, and now he's in a little crevice that he's made, sleeping. Or, well, I spoke too soon.
Oh, there
Yeah.
He's trying to get comfortable.
Well, friends, will you pray with me for us to get started? Oh God, I praise you for these brilliant souls and minds and for our capacity to put together something meaningful for our congregation. We're so grateful for something that's bigger to do than our little households on behalf of a people. Please bless us as we work on this, as we do it because you've called us to, because it satisfies some deep soul thing. And I pray this for love's sake. Amen. Hey, Dow.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good. Hey, I wanted to praise what we did last week and figure out a few technical things for this week, and then see if we can go through our service really quick. Would that be okay with everybody?
Yes.
What worked last week?
Are you asking for it's open, or are you asking just for Dow?
No, I'm asking all of y'all. What really worked? What were we proud of last week?
I'm proud that we just pulled it off, and we could hear you, we could hear everybody. We had what 50 plus participants.
Yeah, we have 58.
Yeah.
Hey, Jean. Yeah, 58. That's impressive. Yeah, that our people want to be together that much. What else did we love about last week?
There wasn't any Zoom bombing.
Right.
Oh,
Okay, for that.
They had that at my son's school for sure.
Yeah.
Terrible.
The BU School of Theology's midweek service, they had it.
and First Church, and the Baptist Church in JP. Yeah.
Is it always the same kind of stuff, like pictures of male genitalia and racial slurs?
Yeah. That's what I've been hearing.
It's everything. It's everything.
Okay, so
that's what was great about last week, was no Zoom bombing. We'll get to technical stuff in a second. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Neil and Jean, you guys were outside looking in. Can you say what you saw and what worked?
Yeah, it all seemed to work really really nicely. And I big kudos for for managing that so beautifully, because I never would have thought you could do that with Zoom.
The only glitch that I noticed last week was there was at least one instance, if not more than one, where it seemed to me like, I mean, I don't know how many people are capable of muting and unmuting, but I thought there was at least one instance where Dow unmuted himself to play, and then he was muted by someone who was trying to unmute him.
Oh yeah.
So one of the great things about last week is many people had fingers on the mute button. And what else was great about last week?
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Many people had their fingers on the mute button, and I'm sorry,
what I had asked was, what did we do really well last week? And we'd get to the technical stuff in a minute. So I was,
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay.
I was trying to,
I got it. Um. Yeah,
let's name it for real. Let's name it so we know.
I thought the prayer time was lovely. I was, I don't, I thought the way that worked, it worked really smoothly, and I felt like I really got to receive each person's prayer, and be with them in that moment, which again was a notch above what I would expect from Zoom. Yeah, the sermon was lovely. I would say just the interplay between people and the different voices, and I just really appreciated that.
Could you follow the voices?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I wasn't listening with my critical eyes of like, how are we doing church? It was just like, God, this is so nice to be here with everybody.
Okay, good. Yeah, I thought the music was awfully good, Dow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
was
thought it was
beautiful.
really good, Dow. Yeah, I thought Ash's sermon was so moving to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Communion
Ash did a
was
good
so
job.
sweet. Is communion working out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot I had to run in the kitchen and get it and come back. But
Come on, y'all, praise yourselves.
I gotta say, the first week was what really blew me away. That was just, I hadn't experienced Zoom before either, so that has something to do with it. But I don't think we did anything really better or worse this week than last week.
So it was successful enough that we should keep going.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Technical things from last week that will help us to keep going then. The who's in charge of the mute button is really important.
Well, I was sort of thinking that was my big role. Not drum roll, but big role.
And I interceded.
Well, I understand. I understand.
I started meddling. Yes.
My dog was making some noise. My dog was making some noise, and then I had to mute myself.
Yeah. Okay. One of the things that we talked about in the pastors meeting was, Dow, when you get, we're trying to do the handoff to the next person so that people know who's up next. And when you're playing, it's hard for you to do the handoff. And so we've asked for the next participant to say, and now I will, to do their own handoff after the music. Yeah?
That sounds really good. Good idea.
Good, okay. So I don't think there's any handoffs that you, Dow, or Neil, if you're playing, will have to do. We'll take care of it for the musicians. Another thing is, I asked Jean if she'd help us because, when we're singing Bless the Lord, I didn't want it to be my craggy voice and Dow together.
We love your voice.
Thank you very much. And I had wondered if if Jean might be able to do that with Dow for our people to sing along. But another idea has come up as well, and I want to say about it. I've talked to a lot of people throughout this week, thousands of people, and many people said, could we sing together? Could we unmute us so that we can sing together? It'll sound ridiculous and chaotic and that kind of stuff. And so I want to try us singing together in a few places, but not the Bless the Lord. So
Okay.
I'd like for us best as possible for Dow and Jean to sing Bless the Lord, and they will be the only two people singing on that. We sing it 3 times, you know, so I'd like to
I
be
don't
willing.
really know that one.
Let's sing it together, Dow. Will you
Have it
try
somewhere
it?
that you could send it to me?
Yeah.
Can we sing it right now?
Are you?
When you all started doing, like, after I wasn't really around anymore.
But I have a technical question regarding how many different audio channels are being broadcast at one time. How does that work?
Well, let's try it. I mean, it's just when we do it every night at
Do
Compline.
you have an understanding of it, Jillian?
Yes,
You
yes.
can record multiple channels. I think each participant has their own separate audio, so you can actually have it all separate by every single participant. But I think that's part of the reason it lags a lot, because it's so much information.
Right.
Well, one of the things that I don't want to do is to get into recording stuff. The sweet thing about our service together is that it's as live as it can be. You can argue me out of that, but I've been talking to other clergy, and what they're doing is they're recording stuff, and what it starts sounding like is a performance, or we're doing Apple Music or whatever, and we're just singing along with it. And what really makes it, I think, poignant is the liveness of it.
Mm-hmm. I agree that that's special. You know, we're recording ours because we just kind of have to.
Yeah.
But it is problematic because of the lag thing.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know. I would almost wonder if the way to go, or one way to go, is to, while encouraging folks to sing along, even though we may not be able to hear each other, to just have one either voice or piano that everybody can hear, so that they can feel like they're singing along with something that they can also follow.
And you talk about Bless the Lord?
Yeah, I mean, I think at any point in the service where you're wanting people to sing along, having one reference point makes it easier to do that than multiple.
Yes. Have one leader.
That, like, if you really want the singing to be the thing, that one person is singing so that everybody can follow where it is and sing along with that person,
Yeah.
or that you just have the keyboard and everybody can follow along with that and sing, but they don't hear another voice singing. Okay. Just because there's no way for it to.
Yeah, so let's do that for Bless the Lord, but I still would like for our 3 congregational songs to do it all together. We've done it for 21 days now on Compline, and it's messy and it's chaotic, and actually it is so moving and beautiful. Yeah. So I'd like us to do that. So Dow, can you let's just try it out so that we have an experience of it, so that we won't be afraid of it. Dow, would you be willing to play Bless the Lord, Oh My Soul? Let's just sing it together.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll because when I hear you, it's later, so I'll try and make me. I'll be like the leader of it. I'll be the main thing to follow.
Good.
Was that working at all?
Yeah, perfect, but to hear your sweet voices, I can identify each of you. It's just so moving. Let's try Marching in the Light of God. Would you try that? Now, in this part of the service, what I've asked people to do is to take their house plants, their paper palms, and to march around their own houses wearing red.
Cool.
I haven't played this one before. Could I hear you on this once, Laura Ruth, just so
Yeah.
I get the melody?
We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God.
Do you have a B section on that, Dal?
Yeah,
Isn't that a good headshot?
Oh,
it is. Oh,
we lost Dal.
Every night at Compline, I play my ukulele.
awesome.
And we sing together, and people just love it. So this is what I hope. And then if it doesn't work out, if we hate it, we won't do it again.
Hey, Dal.
Hey, I think I got my internet bandwidth just shrunk and I got knocked off.
Wow.
Yeah, I have an unstable connection right now.
Yeah.
At best.
Mhm. Yeah, I think the main thing is just to make sure in that case that we can hear the piano all the time, whatever else is going on.
Although we have very little control over whether, whether our router can handle the signal at
Yeah.
any given time.
Yeah.
Right. And you guys have the settings done on the audio so that it doesn't come in and out with the music.
What settings on the audio so it doesn't go in and out?
I think you're supposed to have a turn original sound on.
Correct. Yeah, it's under advanced audio. You don't want it to suppress the background noise.
Yep.
And you want it to, enable original sound.
And where is that, please?
It's down at the bottom. If you're on the computer, it's down at the bottom next to the mute. There's a menu, and the bottom thing is audio settings.
Yep.
And then down in the lower right-hand corner of that window is a button that says advanced.
Yeah.
And then there's a little click box to enable original sound from microphone, and then options about suppressing background noise, which you want to disable.
Yes.
And intermittent background noise too?
Yeah, I mean, if like definitely for Dell, for the music.
Oh, for
Yeah,
now.
for audio, probably for you too, Laura Ruth. To have
Yeah,
that.
and that way it hears the music differently.
Okay. Good. All right.
Helps.
Let's see. Now, also, we need more volume from you. Was the other thing I heard last week?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, I have control of that here. And then a lot of
Ooh.
Ooh,
is better.
Yeah. Way
Is that
better.
louder?
Yeah. Way better.
nice.
Yeah. Then one other thing. One of the things that I heard last week now is for the intermediate parts. between before the prayers, people would like you to play a little bit longer. It's so helpful for them to hear you play.
Okay.
So give it another minute and a half or something like that. I mean, I think you're doing a really great job keeping it compressed, and now will you expand a little bit?
Sure. I can do that.
Okay. What other technical things from? I see we're live on YouTube. Well done.
Ooh.
That's another technical thing, is we weren't able to get on YouTube last time. And I want to talk about that for a second. Jillian, do we want to try YouTube again, or do we want to try and go to Facebook? I think, was it last week we weren't able to get on YouTube? Do you guys know that Jillian's computer completely crashed on Saturday night?
Oh.
And she was doing all this tech on her iPad.
Well, trying.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's heroic, really.
Amazing.
So I got my computer back, but it's kind of like working with a completely new computer because it got wiped. And now have gotten stuff talking to each other, and hopefully I can, because there was like all these different other things like permission. That's what I was dealing with today, was trying to finally get the handshakes of permissions between the different programs. So I don't want to leave this meeting. Everything's set up and I'm not going to turn anything off or something, because I don't know if I'll get back there, but maybe I should. Otherwise I need to learn,
Okay.
you know.
And I wonder, Jillian, if we want to start the going to live earlier, in the morning, just because if it takes a little while to get up and go and.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So other technical things from last week. The Zoom bombing. I think we need to have somebody. Jillian, I don't know what all you have capacity for is the thing, because you're both muting and unmuting. And we want to be prepared that if we're dive bombed, that you will hit the leave button.
Right. And I'm trying to figure out where sorry, notification just popped up on my computer. I'm trying to figure out where to do a remove on the Zoom meeting panel, but it looks like I have to do it from the website. And that is where I'm not sure.
If I send you a couple of things, would you work at it this evening?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's just like, okay, it's just that I don't know where to go.
Yeah. I think if you're the host, you have the capacity to hit the leave button.
Well, I should, so let me see. Do I have the capacity to, let me try removing one of you guys.
Okay. You can remove me and I'll come back.
No, don't remove me.
Oh,
You're important.
please. I'm removing Neil.
Thank you.
Come back.
Bye, Neil.
Oh, okay, he's gone. Okay. Somebody text him or something. Please come back. Okay. All right, I can do it.
All right. Do you think that you can attend to all of those things at once?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, good. I don't, because I'm the way. Can somebody text Neil? Okay. Will he be able to come back after we've removed him?
That's the question.
That is, I think, one of the settings that's in the Zoom settings on the website that you need to check if
I don't-
if they're allowed to come in or not.
Okay. Oh, poor Neil.
I hope, I hope,
Do we have a password on our meetings?
No,
So are they set to public?
it's public.
Ah, okay.
We have somebody gonna manage the session on reparations tomorrow to do the same, and also for our children tomorrow. So, what do you see from Neil?
Oh, I don't have his cell number in my.
Yeah, what do you see from Neil?
I don't see him, but I could text him though.
Yeah, please, will you?
let me, I'll try texting too.
Okay.
Okay.
While we're waiting for Neil to come back, I want to tell y'all something. In the next 2 weeks, some of us are going to get sick and we don't know what's going to happen. And so we're working with the pastors about a kind of a succession should one of us go down. And I'm thinking about because the service is so important, I think we need to think about what we might do if you get sick, Jillian, or, if Dow, you get sick, or, we don't need to do that now, but while we're waiting on Dow, while we're waiting on Neil, I wanted to put that in your minds. We're doing that with the moderators as well.
Okay, I'm back in on as far as settings.
Won't let me join. That's the thing. Can you, Jillian, find out?
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
Okay. I'm going to get my phone. Hold it on a second so I can be in touch with him.
He can sign in as a phone meeting, right?
Yeah. But he can't see.
Okay, I have just clicked allowed remove participants to rejoin.
Okay.
So that is now set. I'm texting him now.
As soon as he comes back on, then it'll be time for us to get to the service.
Sure. Now this allows me this function here.
Yeah.
I will turn back on after Neil gets back on, because this is how I'm going to be able to deal with Zoom bombers.
Okay.
Because once I remove them, then they won't be able to come back.
Okay. In the notes that I sent out to the church today on the newsletter and the email I sent out about 2:20 or so, I've told everybody that should we be Zoom bombed, the first thing that will happen is that we will, meaning Jillian will try to remove them. And then if we can't remove them, then I'll ask everybody to hang up and get right back on.
Okay.
So that's our plan, if that's it, unless anybody has something different. A different idea.
What prevents the bomber from doing the same thing?
Don't know.
I don't know if there is that capability. What if you gave the instructions to go to Zoom 2 instead of going back to Zoom 1?
You are unable to rejoin this meeting because you were previously removed by the host.
Okay, well, I don't know what to, oh, this feature is in beta. Please contact our customer support team for more details.
Oh.
God.
Okay, shall we all go to Zoom too? I'll send you the link in just a second.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
try that.
And if you look in your email from me today, you'll find Zoom 2, the link to Zoom 2,
Okay.
instead of me sending it out again.
all
Are we
right.
in Zoom 1 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we hanging up and doing the other one?
Yep.
Bye.
Yep.
Back. Yeah.
All right.